nearly 40. Think about that.
Society has like had a way of just telling us like we need to build this village, right? Like you need the village.
Yeah.
But also spend
you
time
need
with
to
your
be
kids.
so independent. Carrot goes down. I don't know what to do. Begging him, please come home early. Please come home early. I need you. I need you.
Adopted this woman as my mum. I've had to build myself essentially a village, right? Because I've got a great family and a lot of friends and all of that stuff back home. My mum trying to use her phone sometimes and I just think, and then they pull the, I kept you alive.
So you'll be right. I Googled if we could make the dog sick because I'm like, that is the last thing we fucking
Teddy
need.
is like the low. Would you let your parent move into your house when they're old? They like think about your grandma or like your nan. When do we look like that?
I'm spiraling. Honestly, I'm going to need a sleep after this episode.
Good afternoon, babe.
Good afternoon, doll.
How are we?
I've been better. I'm getting there.
Apologies
for the nasalness this today.
Tell us about your life over the last. Don't worry about how I am today.
I don't even know how long it's been. I reckon it's been maybe 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
3.5 weeks. I've had 4 viruses and an allergic reaction. I've had a 1-year-old with 2 viruses, a 9-year-old with gastro, and my husband decided to burst his eardrum a couple days ago.
Oh my God, I didn't even know about that.
No. So, look.
How does one burst an eardrum? Like
he just had ear pain. Like he must just have caught something from us.
Yeah.
And it's presented itself as an ear infection. He's like, oh, it really hurts. And then it popped and there's like blood all over his pillow and stuff. And yeah, like full on. Now he's got to go to an ENT.
Oh my gosh.
It's just, so I still feel, I don't know if I sound so bad, but I feel so nasally.
Yeah. I kind of like it.
Thanks.
It's a bit of a vibe.
Should I start singing?
It's like the husk. Like I feel like it sounds, it's nice. It's soothing.
So yeah, I'm still not quite a picture of health, but I am surviving.
You're surviving. Yeah.
I'm getting there. So I'm sorry if I sound a bit meh.
That's fine. It's good to have you back.
I'm excited to be. Is it good? Because I feel like you're ready to move on without me.
It's good to have you back. I reckon I could get my own segment.
We've got
one day
Jazzy
soon.
Fallon over here.
I think
She's ready to take on late night.
Yeah, I reckon late nights.
Listen to it. Yeah.
I reckon we need an up late.
No, I want to do up late too.
Like Big Brother up late, Jazzy B up late.
Jazzy
We're doing
B.
it.
Jazzy B a fish.
We'll do a poll.
Oh, fuck the polls. It's not happening.
Let the listeners vote. They'll all vote for it. Get me in.
Yeah, so I've just been feeling like absolute crap. And it's just been like the ups and downs of it. One day I'm like, what do I have? You know, I'm thinking I've got some bloody autoimmune disease and my life is over because my random symptoms at the start. And then, I'm starting to recover. No, here's another one. Oh, maybe I don't have symptoms. Oh, yep, you do. And there's some gastro. And it's just been the biggest roller coaster. And I feel like as a family, we've never had, especially as 4, because Oscar's obviously only 1.
Yeah.
We've never been so sick before. And like on my poor husband, I've never like loved and hated him so much at the same time in my whole life. But he's really just absolutely ran the show. I've never felt like I've had to rely on someone so much. Like I just physically couldn't do things.
What do you do in that circumstance? Like as a mum and like you've got 2 kids at home. Like if that was me, I'm going to bed.
There was
so
many tears where I'm like, I just can't function. I can't do anything. I'm trying and I can't. And yeah, it was honestly awful. But I actually thought had me thinking so much about how lucky we are. I am in that Kerrod can be home. Like he was home the whole time.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about work to manage. We're not stressed about, taking time off work, not making money. How are we going to pay the mortgage? Like we're so lucky.
Getting out the door for your 9 to 5.
Yeah, that we didn't have to worry about it. And it did, I was literally like, how do people do this? Genuinely, that's a genuine question. How do people do it when you've got, for the most part, 2 parents working full time these days, right?
Yeah.
One gets sick, physically is not able to care for the kids, do the run around, can't get in a car, can't get out of bed. The other person needs to be there. What do they do? Like, and I was genuinely like, how do people do this? Like, how did we get to a point in life where this is what we're doing?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I feel like you've gotten to that point because you've taken the risks.
No, but I mean, like, how did we get to this point where, like, but like where we built this life? Because it had me thinking about like independence, right?
Yeah.
where it's like ingrained in us as we're younger how important it is to be independent, especially for women, to have your own independence and whatever that might mean. I feel like we're both like very independent people.
Yeah.
But we're like, we want to be these strong, independent women. But then at the same time, we also live in this world where we really have to rely on other people these days, just because we've got so much more going on than we ever have before.
Yeah.
Even with kids and all their activities. And we usually don't have family that lives close by because, you know, we like to be independent. So we've moved 12 hours away.
Literally.
So it's not like I've got, you know, our closest grandparents 4 hours away and they've got their own life. So we can't just, you know, call upon them whenever we want. And I'm like, you know, what are people doing when they don't have the family? And
yeah, I feel like you have to build a village, right? Because for me, like this is something I was thinking about too. Like I have obviously moved 12 hours away. Like, you know, we both moved from the same place. And like I always feel that way too. That conversation comes up a lot for us about having kids and, you know, like what would we do? Like we're here essentially alone. And honestly, like without my friends and my new family, I guess, that I've created up here, like, you know, I'll have, say, like one of my best friends, her mum is like a second mum to me. Like I've lived with them. I've, you know, just adopted this woman as my mum.
Poor woman.
As a, yeah, I don't know why, but she's keen for that. But she's still here. She's sticking around. So shout out to Karen. But like I think that's my village. I've had to build myself essentially a village, right? Because I've got a great family and a lot of friends and all of that stuff back home. But I often think about it too, like in my business, I see a lot of, and I think I've actually spoken about this before, like army wives and things like that. Like they move so much. Like imagine having to build that village over and over and over. Because like, you know, we've been here, how long have I been in Brisbane for now? Like over 10 years, you know, 12 years, 13 years more.
Yeah.
So like I've had such a long time to build that village and, you know, like rely upon those people and build that like certain lifestyle. But like how are people building that village if you have to move every 2 years, if you have to move every 3 years?
Yeah.
Like,
but I think the other thing is as well, like, yeah, I know that I've got a village. Like I know that I've got so many amazing friends and I've got like a really great friend who lives 5 minutes from me. Like if I ever needed anything desperately, I know I can call upon those people. But at the same time, when you're that in the trenches, like one, I can't ask my friends to come over and pick my daughter up to take her to school because my whole house is infected with some sort of illness and they're not going to feel comfortable doing that when they've got kids at home.
yeah.
They all work as well. You know what I mean? Like there's only a few friends I have that have select days off, and that's only because they're home with their small children or their toddlers or whatever. Daycare drop-offs to juggle, school drop-offs and pickups to juggle. It's like we've got this amazing village of friends, but at the same time, they've all got their own shit going on.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like to a point that is the case. But like when I was down and out the way I was just like, if Kerrod goes down, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I would do. I don't want to ask my parents to come on in and then they're going to get sick. Like, how are they going to tolerate all this? I'm not coping.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, 25 years younger than they are. I don't want to make my parents sick.
That is like so true. Hey, what do you do in that situation? Like, did you quarantine the kids? Like, do the kids still go to school? Do the kids still go to daycare? Like, how do you like?
Yeah, no, like obviously Oscar, no, because we waited until he like fully tested negative, for all the viruses. Ava just had gastro and she had no other symptoms that passed, so she could go back. And yeah, we were just like, obviously Kerrod wasn't going to touch me with a 10-foot pole anyway, was he? So he managed to keep himself relatively somewhat healthy to function. But yeah, it was truly awful because I was just like, I couldn't have done this. I remember when Ava was a baby, Kerrod was at work and he worked in the army at this point, and he could usually come home early from work. And I had woken up with gastro, and Ava was a baby. I don't think she could crawl yet. And I just remember like I'd run to the toilet and then I'd come out and I'd just lay on the playmat with her waiting. And I was basically texting Kerrod, like begging him, please come home early. Please come home early. I need you. I need you.
And it'll be that one day where they can't.
And he couldn't. And he couldn't. And I think he ended up getting home like 4 o'clock or something. It wasn't even late. But that was so hard just with one baby who couldn't move.
Yeah.
Now I've got a 9-year-old who needs to be dropped left, right and centre, and, you know, a toddler who can move. Well, is he a toddler? I don't know. But a baby who can move.
Yeah, he's a baby.
So
when do they become a toddler? I feel like they become a toddler at like 2.
I don't know.
When they're 1, they're a baby.
I don't like calling him a toddler yet.
He's a
but
baby.
yeah, so It's just been absolutely wild and awful. And I just have like genuinely thought to myself, how are people doing this? And how have we got to this point where, like you said, we need a village, but at the same time we want to be so independent and like, why have we done this to ourselves? You know what I mean?
And I feel like too, that's the thing is like people don't want, like you've society has like had a way of just telling us like we need to build this village, right? Like you need the village.
Yeah.
But also spend
you
time
need
with
to
your
be
kids.
so independent as well.
You know, like all that sort of stuff. So it's like it really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? Like, does your workplace have flexibility? Like if you are those parents working 9 to 5, like do you have an option to work remotely?
Yeah.
Like, do you have
But like, can you take 3 weeks off work? Because I genuinely probably would have needed, like I probably need 4 weeks to make sure you're not, you know, you're fully recovered and can function. You're not going to make anyone sick. It's like, can you take 4 weeks of sick leave? No, I don't think people get 4 weeks of sick leave. Like, then what about your mortgage? You've got to pay your mortgage. How's that going to happen?
Yeah, you get 10 days of sick leave a year.
Yeah.
10 days. Like, what are you meant to do with that?
And then it's not just like your partner might have to take leaves to make sure you're okay, to do the runaround with the kids. And, you know, kids have to be dropped off and picked up from school at a very specific time. That's not flexible.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just.
Do you feel like too, it's like people almost need to do like a bit of a life audit and be like,
yes,
what would I do in case of? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and not that you want to be like the pessimist thinking of like the worst case scenario all the time, but I almost feel like people need to get out a piece of paper, get out like a planner and be like.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Because you know what? We get smashed every bloody year by the Queensland government and Suncorp about our, you know, check our bloody gutters and all that stuff before storm season. And no one's ever telling us to do our bloody life.
Check your life.
Check your life. Audit your bloody life before you put your storm plan in place. Probably important as well in Brisbane. But like, let's audit our life. What do you do if you go down? Who do we call? Or do you know what the other thing I think is as well? Having like almost like your next of kin's not the right word, but I'm like, Jaz, you're my person. If I go down, if Kerrod goes down, I'm calling upon you and I need to know that you're prepared to drop everything.
Yeah.
You're going to have to take time off work. You're going to have to come and take care of us.
I'm going to have to get the hazmat suit on and come on in because I don't have
which you
kids at
would
home.
too,
and I would. Do you know when you just
you'd
said
rock up in the hazmat though?
When you were like, oh, I can't just ring these people to come over because like, you know, our house is infected. Well, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, babe, ring me. I'll come over.
Oh no, I was literally like you would have been like, burn the house down first.
Once I got there and realised about the germs, I would have been like, get me out of here.
I'm so wild with the Glen 20 when we're
think
sick
about
too.
that. Hey, like, I feel like I'd just be like, I've got to do it and I've got to take one for the team because like I don't have kids at home.
Yeah.
So unless it can infect my dogs.
No, actually, I Googled that. I Googled if we could make the dog sick because I'm like, that is the last thing we
Poor
fucking
Teddy
need.
is like the lone survivor.
Is the dog needing to go to the... Oh, and he's been miserable, the poor guy.
Imagine him.
Yeah, he's been miserable.
He would have been like, why isn't no one taking me for a walk? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, we need to nominate our what are we calling them? Basically our next of kin, really.
It's a health check. Like nominate you, but like the whole thing, right? It's like, it's a health check. You need a yearly health check. Everyone needs their yearly health life audit.
Do your will. If you don't have a will, go and do a bloody will.
I don't
honestly.
have a will.
Yeah, I feel like most people don't have one.
I actually don't, hey?
I mean, they're pretty important, hey?
Yeah. Do you need, like, what happens? Like, what happens if I die and I just don't have a will?
I haven't done the research on that. It can be a bit of a pain in the ass, though.
Yeah, right. Who's going to inherit all my debt? That's the only issue everyone's going to have. Does it go away? No.
I don't know.
Someone's
don't ask me those
inherit
questions. You'd have to ask her.
Yeah, that's a serious. But yeah, I feel like we need to do that life audit and nominate that person of like, who is my emergency contact?
Yeah. Who's going to step in when
Who's your emergency contact outside your immediate household? Like that's the question.
And outside
right?
of like family, if you don't have, because I feel like most of us don't have family close by these days. That's definitely a luxury, right?
Yeah. Definitely. My sister, for one, like she has a baby now and my mum is retired. So like my mum goes to my sister's house like multiple days a week and like looks after her baby. And then she can work and like she can do, like she can just do all that stuff. And like mum loves it because mum's spending all this time with her grandchild. Sarah's able to just like do her thing and do whatever she needs to do. And it's like, imagine though if like mum goes down with sickness, then that whole thing's just thrown out, right? Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's like your staff calling in sick.
Yes, literally.
It's literally like, Deb's on a sick day.
Says he under the bus again, aren't you?
Oh, no. Says he would have heard me start talking about it. I've actually got some other Sezzy comments for later in our episode.
Oh, God.
In another episode, actually.
Sarah, it's not me. It's your sister.
Nah, it's always me.
It's not me.
She loves it.
What was I going to say?
Yeah, find your person.
Find your person. What was I going to say? Don't know.
Do you think it's paid help? Like, can people afford paid help?
Oh,
like, do
no
you
one's
need
going to come in, even if they're getting paid, if they know you're sick and infected.
But do you know what I mean? Like, in general, like, someone's got to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
do you know the other thing? Just side note, bit of a tangent here. The other thing I find extremely frustrating is when you're that sick and you can't get a fucking doctor's appointment. They will not take you, right?
Yeah.
But you need to go in and get a blood test or get swabbed or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You can't. Telehealth is not going to cut it.
Do you know?
They do not let you see anyone. And I'm like, no wonder the emergency departments are so backed up these days because we that's the only place for us to go because no one else is going to take us.
No one will let you go. I actually used a telehealth service for the first time the other day.
Did you?
The other week. And it was incredible.
Oh, they're great.
I wasn't that sick, obviously, but I needed to go to the doctor and I was like, all right, I need 3 referrals. I needed 2 scripts. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to have to book like a 3-hour-long appointment. This is going to be a nightmare. When am I even going to go? I need the stuff now, but I can't get in until next week. Like, it was just psycho.
Nightmare.
I literally just Googled like telehealth or something, found a link, booked in. It was like someone will call you within 30 minutes. They called me. I told them what I wanted. They sent it all to my email. I paid $40, sorted.
Done.
I literally did it from bed and it was within 30 minutes I had that entire thing sorted. And I was just like, why is anyone actually going to the doctor anymore?
Yeah, well,
I mean, I certainly.
Because I guess the real sick ones, they don't want to see the ones that need to see the doctor. They're not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. But then I actually did feel really bad because I went to the doctor because I was nauseous, I was fatigued, I had no cold and flu symptoms. I had all these other random symptoms. So I'm like, I've got, diabetes. Like, I've got some random autoimmune disease. Like, I was fully spiraling. And I went to the doctor not thinking like, I mean, because of what I had, even if I did a rat test at home, it wouldn't have come up on that. Those rat tests don't test for the first virus I had anyway. So I went in there and I'm like, I've got all this stuff going on and blah, blah, blah. And, she's like, well, I'm going to send you for some more tests or whatever. Anyway, she's like, come back on Monday. I was too sick on Monday to go to the doctor, so I called to reschedule the appointment. And she's like, oh, that's okay. She's not actually in today. She's unwell. And I'm like, fuck. I have made the doctor sick.
You literally
because I had some virus. I felt awful.
Do you reckon they have some sort of like immunity though? Like, do you reckon they've got good immune systems because they're so used to it?
Surely. I felt so bad. I'm like, what if it was me?
I've actually never thought about that. Like how?
And I went on to have gastro like the next day. So I probably had, honestly, I've had everything. I probably had like that in me and I've given her something and
that's disgusting.
I know. I felt awful.
That is actually diabolical.
But the symptoms weren't giving, like even that wasn't on her radar either.
I actually thought you were pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as you messaged, I was like, you're pregnant.
There was I had tested because there was a mild burnout. I thought that too.
Really?
No, I was confused. I was like, honestly, I'd have to be the unluckiest, luckiest person, I think, if that was actually the case. No, that's definitely not the case. But talking about this whole, situation, how we meant to look after ourselves these days. I have seen so much recently, and it must just be an our age thing of like this sandwich generation. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
And I'm like, that's so true, right? We're having children later in life, which means we're older, which means our parents are older. They're getting sick, and then luckily not me. I've got 2 healthy parents, but people having to care for their young children at the same time as caring for their elderly parents. And then that had me spiraling even more because I'm like, okay, so if we don't live near our parents, but you have to care for them, what's that conversation look like? Who goes where?
Yeah.
Are you traveling? Like I've got friends at the moment who are going through that. I've got a friend who's like traveling every week for specialist appointments for her dad, and she's also working full time. She's got 2 little kids.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, how?
I have a friend at the moment whose dad is really unwell and she lives here and her dad lives in like North Queensland and she's had to fully change her entire work schedule and she's 2 on, 2 off. Essentially, she's doing like a FIFO life.
That is crazy.
To just go and like look after her dad and, you know, be with her dad and sort that out. And then having to be here, like just the impact on that, like the travel cost and the cost of changing like your work arrangements.
And then it's also just like the life admin that adds, because I'm like, I wouldn't know how to find care for my parents if they needed it. So you've got to go work out how to do that. You've got to find the right people. You've got to understand the costs to do it. Do you have to pay for that? Can you afford to do that? Like,
well, that's what I was going to say too on that sandwich generation topic and like with looking after our parents and all those sorts of things. Like, do you just assume, like, do you ever have a serious conversation with your family about money and finances and the position that they are in? Because I feel like we're just always under the impression that our parents have all this money and like they're just fine. And it's like, I've got friends who are now looking after their sick or elderly sort of parents, and financially they're having to like support them or they're having to lend them money or like pay for certain treatments. And I'm thinking, when does that reverse? Because that's me like with my mum, as in like I need her to pay for my stuff. So
you still need your mum to pay for fucking doctor's appointments.
Like I've never sat down and actually thought, oh, like what if I had to financially then start supporting my parent? Like,
well, that's, you know, if we're going to talk about auditing life, right?
My Deb, you're shit out of luck, let me tell you that.
Or having that. Thanks, Cezzy, for leaving me for a call. But having that conversation with your parents about, okay, if we get to a point where this happens, what do you want?
Yeah, and who's qualified? Can we do it? Who's qualified to know what these parents need? Because again, I need them to tell me. Like, I don't know what they need. I don't know what sort of care they need. I don't know what they need to do at the doctor. Like, I don't know anything about looking after my elderly parent, and I don't have an elderly parent yet.
Yeah.
Calm down, Deb. But we will soon, eventually have elderly parents that we're meant to look after.
Yeah, so I'm like, do we add to that list of things? Like have the conversation with your parents. So if you get to that point, there's like an expectation already set and you can execute accordingly.
And when does it switch? I always wonder too, like you said, you obviously down and out, what's your next option, right? Like Kerrod goes down, you've gone down, okay, well, you're going to have to call your parents, right? But they're going to come into the house and get sick and they're more vulnerable than we are most likely. Yeah. But like,
at what point are they not capable of that because you're caring for them?
Yeah. And like at what point do they become old people?
I'm spiraling. Honestly, I'm going to need a sleep after this episode.
Do you think, like, when do you get to the point where your parents aren't capable of looking after your child? Like, if you had to leave your children with your parents for a weekend, are we worried? Like, are they dropping them? Are they feeding them properly? Are they forgetting, like, do you know what I mean?
Yes,
like, I look at my mum trying to use her phone sometimes and I just think, and then they pull the, I kept you alive.
So you'll be right.
It's like that was
luckily I wasn't the one who died that they changed the rules for.
It was 36 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh God,
when are they not capable and how do you know? Like,
I actually can feel like anxiety building in me as we talk about this. I apologize to anyone listening to this today that we are sending into a spiral.
But I feel like the point of this episode is to be like, have you thought about, you know what I mean?
Have you thought about this?
Because we just like breeze through life not thinking about this sort of stuff. And it was, we want to be positive, right? Like we don't want to be negative and all where. But at some point, like you got to have that little plan, I reckon, in the background.
I think you blink and you're here.
Yeah.
It creeps up on you.
Yeah.
You don't think that you're old enough or mature enough to be responsible for everyone, but you are. And then that spirals me into like, but we have to be the healthy one, right? Like we have to look after ourselves. We can't afford to get sick. Like it's just that.
Question. Would you let your parent move into your house when they're old? Like, would you, are you putting them in a nursing home? Are you getting them a live-in nurse because you're like making bank? Are they moving into your place? Like
I don't even know. I haven't considered that, have I?
Yeah. Like that's always the thing. Like I always say to my mum, she can come live with me
but like,
at any
point. Wouldn't you feel like an asshole if you called your mum and you're like, I know that you've spent your whole life in this town, but you now need assistance and I'm not moving back there. So fuck you, you're coming here.
No, I would be like, get here now.
But do you know what I mean? Like you'd almost feel bad being like, all right, you're done. Just come up here now.
I am like at present trying to convince my mum that she needs to do like a FIFO. She needs to do a 50-50 roster and she needs to live here half the time and she can go and live with
But that's
Cezzy half
also
the
because
time.
she's like physically, like she's in good
She's
health.
so able.
Yeah, she's very able. So that you want that so you can live and enjoy life with her, not because you have to care for her.
Yeah.
I think it's different when they live so far away and you have to care for them.
Yeah.
And like obviously when you have a whole life and you have children and school or just work and a career, it's not even just families with kids. It's just, you know, couples with life and responsibilities. Like realistically, you've got to keep everything going. So do they have to relocate? Like, it's just, they're awful conversations or awful thoughts to have. But yeah, you wake up and you blink and you're like, holy shit, I'm here. I should think about these things.
Well, we're nearly 40, babe. We're old.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you know what?
We're old. Just a random tangent. I scrolling Instagram the other day had like a snippet for like someone's podcast had come up and it was like these two young girls and they were talking about clothes and how like they walked into a store like City Beach and realized that, oh, like, wow, we don't shop here anymore. Like, this is not for us.
Yeah.
And they're thinking like, oh, they bought out such awful clothes this season, but it's not the clothes, it's that they're changing. And then they were making a joke about like, oh my God, next we're going to be shopping at like Seed and Country Road. And I was like, excuse me, we're the same age, personally offended. No, I was 11 years older than them.
Yeah.
11 years older than them. And I'm like watching this Instagram video thinking to myself, hard relate to you. No, I don't.
Mate, I've been shopping at Seed and Country Road for a good 10 years.
I know, I was thinking that too.
I've gotten real old real quick.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Though, do you know the other day, not the other day, but like a little while ago, I actually bought this dress from Is it Kukai? Is that how you say it?
Oh, yeah.
Kukai, whatever it's called. I bought a dress from there and it's still in my wardrobe at present with the tag on. I actually think I need to put it on and put it on our Instagram stories because I think
someone's told me about this dress.
It was probably me because I was going to wear it
for your birthday.
For my birthday.
Yeah,
and it's the brown one. And I'm like, I need to get this photo and put it on our Instagram stories because I put this dress on and it was like this tight fitted, like honestly, it was a dress that you would see on like a 20-year-old. And it's like I saw it on the website or like I saw it on the model or whatever and I just thought, oh my God, I love that dress. I need to buy that now. And then I went to put it on to take a photo and send it to Britt to be like, oh, I might wear this on the weekend. And as I took the photo in the mirror, I was like, what have I done? Wearing? Why are you wearing this dress? It looked like I'd gone and found some 18-year-old chick's dress and tried it on for like shits and gigs. Like it was horrific.
It wasn't you.
I just did not. And I was like, in what world did I think I was going to wear this dress? My birthday's also in June and the dress had about 3 centimeters of material. So yeah, I think, you know, on like getting older and having to change where we shop, like are we ever shopping at Suzanne's? And are we ever shopping at like, yeah, like are we ever, what's the other one? There's like,
there's one that I walk past sometimes and I'm like, oh, that jumper's cute. What is it? It's in David Jones and it's
Jackie E.
Not Jackie E.
Suzanne's.
No, it's not
Suzanne Gray.
But sometimes Suzanne's does have stuff. Like they have really nice pajamas or they'll have something in the window and you're like, that jacket looks pretty nice, doesn't it?
You're already in.
I haven't been in yet. The basics maybe.
So funny.
But that's how we started at Country Road, I feel like. You go in for like a really good basic.
Yeah.
Next minute we're wearing the florals.
Yes. Like when do you start wearing those clothes?
Sucks
and like
you in.
You know when you look like, so we say like think about your grandma or like your nan. When do we look like that? Do you know what I mean? Like when do we look in the mirror and go, oh, like we're a completely different person.
Like
we're
at
really
what point do we get our hair cut into a short bob and permed and coloured purple?
Now.
You've already had that.
No.
You had that 15 years ago,
my
Jaz.
hair for my birthday and like I loved my hair for my birthday. It was so great. But remember we got really drunk and then we started thinking,
I was like,
those like really old school hairdressers and all those old school
I don't want to tell her, but I
hairdos.
can't get this out of my head.
I cannot get this image of this like old school 90s hair salon or something. And I was like, I'm pulling this off. But yeah, we need to get maybe like a comparison photo up, maybe an old school photo and then like the birthday hair next to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I'll do that hair again. I rocked it. It's my profile picture.
Yeah,
You loved it.
You loved it.
I clearly loved it. But yeah, I think, look, the takeaway from this episode, it's just been us talking shit, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But sometimes we need just a good shit talk and a good reminder to people to
just
say,
to do stuff. Think about
do
things.
your fucking life admin.
Yeah. You're nearly 40. Have a think about that.
Find your emergency contact. It's not your husband. It's not your parents.
Yeah.
So find someone else.
Yeah.
Done.
Start implementing your third emergency contact.
Yeah.
We're now old enough to require a third.
Yes.
Not blood related.
Yeah. They're not like in your immediate household or circle, I guess. They are in your circle, but they're not like,
That is what we need.
Yeah. That's what we need. Go away, do it, write it down.
Write it down, get it done.
Yeah. Done.